Are you a Marvel fan? Have you seen all the movies and shows? I can't say I've seen the shows, but I have seen the movies. So I'm not a die-hard Marvel fan, but I do enjoy the franchise. Have you seen the first look at Ms. Marvel? Well, it's creating a lot of buzz, obviously. So we're here to talk about it, because that's what we do. So let's get started. First, let's look at the release date. Did you know that 2020 was the first year we haven't seen any Marvel movies in theaters since 2009? I mean, I understand why, but that's a pretty long run. I didn't even realize there were that many movies, to be honest. You can see how much I pay attention to that. Anyways, the MCU is back and better than ever for 2021. This year, we've seen many new Disney Plus shows and a trio of anticipated movies. One of the shows that's being released, well, it's Ms. Marvel, of course. It's coming out in mid-2022. It was supposed to come out at the end of 2021, but with Hawkeye coming out, they made the decision that they would push Ms. Marvel out. That's not a bad decision because it just means we can get stoked to watch it. There will be 6 episodes to watch when it comes out, so get ready to watch it. Are you excited to see this show air? I know I am. Marvel also released this statement about the upcoming show. Ms. Marvel introduces Kamala Khan, a 16-year-old Pakistani-American from Jersey City, an aspiring artist, an avid gamer, and a voracious fan fiction scribe. She is a huge fan of the Avengers, and one in particular, Captain Marvel. But Kamala has always struggled to find her place in the world. That is, until she gets superpowers like the heroes she's always looked up to. Iman Vellani stars as Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel. The series is directed by executive producers Adil El-Arbi, Bilal Fallah, Mira Manon, and Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, with executive producer Bisha K. Ali serving as head writer. Wow, that all sounds amazing. Are you looking forward to it? Up next, Iman Vellani is front and center. This teenager, Iman Vellani, is going to be Kamala Khan, who becomes a hero in Ms. Marvel. Iman Vellani is Pakistani-Canadian, and this is her first acting debut. So this is going to be exciting. We should be very supportive. Also, we have Aramis Knight, who is going to be Kareem, aka Red Dagger, and Matt Lintz, who is going to be Bruno Corelli, Khan's best friend. The cast has a really good lineup with some great representation. We have Sagar Sheikh, Rish Shah, Zenobia Shroff, Mohan Kapoor, Yasmin Fletcher, Laith Naki, Azar Usman, Trevina Springer, and Nimra Bucha. This is definitely one interesting cast, so I'm sure we're in for a good show and performance. This is also good because they wanted to introduce fans to Kamala Khan before the next Captain Marvel sequel, which is due to release in 2023. Are you excited for the cast? Are you happy that Marvel is focusing on representation in their shows and movies? Ms. Marvel will become a hero. Now, this isn't a spoiler, so calm down, everyone. We're just telling you what we know, and what we know is that Ms. Marvel is an origin story that will show Khan go from being a teenager that is obsessed with superheroes to actually becoming one herself. She's basically living the dream of many. Ms. Marvel is going to wow fans because she can shapeshift, has superhuman strength and speed, and loads of other powers. Everyone is about to see why she is so popular in the Marvel universe and why so many people like her. The trailer even showed a superpower that isn't in the comics, and it's her ability to run in the air, which is pretty cool, but I bet that's pretty funny to see from below. Imagine looking up and you see someone running across the sky. I mean, that's pretty funny, no? Just me? Okay. Next, the inverse analysis. Kamala Khan is a 16-year-old Pakistani-American hero, which is a new kind of hero in this universe. This step brings us closer and closer to a more diverse and inclusive cast, but this is the first that many Muslim Americans are going to see themselves represented on TV, and that's something to celebrate. I bet they're excited to see someone who looks like them on the screen. What else is good is that they are really getting the foundation built for Ms. Marvel, so she is properly grounded into the universe. This is important because if they didn't, then it would get a bit strange if she randomly popped up during a movie because people wouldn't know her. They're putting in a lot of effort showing her cultural background and how that's connected to Marvel and her love for Captain Marvel. I think they're doing a great job with all of this. Stay tuned because we've got even more for you coming up. up. Up next, how it has nothing to do with Captain Marvel. Listen, we need to tell you that Captain Marvel has nothing to do with Ms. Marvel. We're not surprised if you think that Ms. Marvel is related to Captain Marvel because that's a normal thing to think. We've had many different superheroes that pass their title down to either a sidekick or a family member. However, it is different for Khan. She has absolutely no connection to Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. When Khan gained her powers, Carol had already taken the title of Captain Marvel. That's why Khan decided on Ms. Marvel, because the original was her favorite name. Keep in mind, though, that they will end up meeting and having a partnership of sorts. Carol ends up becoming a bit of a mentor, which is good because everyone needs one of those. Did you already know about Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel, or were you a bit surprised? Up next, they thought it wasn't going to be successful. The series writer Willow Wilson thought that this would be a complete flop. She said, "A series like this was, by the superhero industry math of time, was doomed to fail. It was the trifecta of death. New characters don't sell. Female characters don't sell. Minority characters don't sell." But she was wrong. Willow's biggest fear was that Khan's religion was going to be the biggest downfall for the piece of work. But she's ready to eat her words. Many people are excited to see this show, and it's going to do pretty well. The only thing they can control is the acting. So as long as that is good, I think they've got themselves a winner. Do you think there is some truth to what Willow was saying? She's inhuman. Many people who haven't read the comics are wondering why she's gotten her powers. That's understandable, because there is always some kind of origin story, or it is followed along in the bloodstream. She really wanted to be a superhero, but she wasn't a mutant. It ended up being that she was inhuman, but people speculated that if this whole concept was a decade earlier, then she would have been a mutant. The Inhumans were a race of people that were genetically altered by Kree. This is different from mutants because their powers activate when they hit puberty. That's why you have so many teenagers running around not being able to control their emotions. The Inhumans only get their powers when they undergo pterogenesis. This won't be very prominent in the show though, because Khan ends up focusing more on her identity as a Pakistani American. She has to deal with a lot from that. So adding powers on top of that and being inhuman, yeah, let the girl rest. What do you think about her being inhuman? Do you think it was pushed because Marvel lost the rights to X-Men, so they were trying to stay away from the whole mutant thing? She is not from NYC. Listen, I love New York as much as the next person, but it gets a bit tiresome when everything is focused around NYC. That's why it's great that Khan is set in Jersey City. Yes, it's close to Manhattan, but it's still a different location. This also means she can do things her way, because there are already so many heroes in New York, and who really wants to compete with them, right? As Willow Wilson said, "A huge aspect of Ms. Marvel is being a second-string hero in the second-string city, and having to struggle out of the pathos and emotion that can give a person." I think those are some powerful words, because she is a teenager from a city that many people could relate to. I mean, not everyone is from New York, and loads of people have never been. This just makes her seem a little bit more like the rest of us. Well, everyone, there you have it. This has been your complete rundown on Ms. Marvel. It's coming out in 2022, so keep an eye out. Are you excited for it? Have you read the comics? Do you think it will stick close to the comics, or will it branch out a bit? So many questions as per usual. Let us know down below what you think is going to happen.